wake up before the light, like I'm racing my own mind. Every night still feels the same, but mornings whisper different names. I don't believe it when they say it gets easier with days. Maybe tomorrow won't hurt. Maybe I'll breathe without fear. Maybe the weight in my chest won't follow me everywhere. I don't need perfect or sure, just one day that feels less worse. Maybe tomorrow won't hurt. I walk past places we once knew. They don't pull me like they used to. The pain still knocks but waits outside, like it's learning how to be kind. If hope is quiet, I might miss it, but I think it's here just different. Maybe tomorrow won't hurt. Maybe I'll sleep through the night. Maybe I'll look in the mirror and not ask who I was before. I don't need answers or words, just proof that healing works. Maybe tomorrow won't hurt. Maybe tomorrow. The lights stay on, but no one's home. I hear my breath, it feels too loud. Every chair is overgrown with things we never talked about. I count the cracks along the wall, like they might answer when I call. The silence feels heavy tonight, like it's pressing into my chest. I tried to sleep, I tried to hide, but quiet never lets me rest. If loneliness has a sound, it's this room without you now. Your cup is still beside the sink. I let it stay, I let it be. Some memories are hard to think without them thinking back at me. If I scream into the dark, would it echo? Would it the silence feels heavy. I hear you in the hallway light, even when you're not inside. Every step I didn't take still feels like my mistake. I try to leave you in the past, but memories move too fast. Your name still echoes in my head, like words we never said. I let the silence take control, but it still follows me home. I'm learning how to breathe alone, but your name still echoes. Your jacket hangs behind the door. I swear it smells like you before. I tell myself I've moved on, but the nights prove me wrong. If I say it one last time, would it finally lose its power? While your name still echoes, your name still echoes. Your name still echoes. I've been tracing all the edges of the wounds you left behind. Little moments carved like letters in the corners of my mind. Every night becomes a mirror showing who I used to be. I'm learning not to hate the pieces of the girl you didn't see. I used to break with every memory, but now they're teaching strength in me. These lessons written in scars let me out of where you are. Every mark you gave is fading, but the truth is still remaining. I'm learning to forgive the past and all the ways I loved too fast. I'm not the one I was before. My scars don't own me anymore. I still feel the echo trembling from the words you never said, but now I breathe through all the tension instead of drowning in regret. I've been gathering all the pieces that you scattered when you left, and now I wear them like a promise that I'm stronger than the rest. Every tear once felt like tragedy. Now they feel like clarity. These lessons written in scars written in scars. Let me out of where you are. Every shadow slowly fading, but my spirit's resonating. I'm learning how to rise at last, letting go of what has passed. I'm not the one I was before. My scars don't own me anymore. My scars don't own me anymore. I wake up in the quiet hours where the shadows feel like yours, trying not to drown in memories spilling through the bedroom doors. I trace the cracks along my heart like maps of where we fell apart. The air feels heavy in my chest like love that never got to rest. I try to stand on wounded feet, but healing isn't always sweet. I'm still learning to breathe without your ghost inside of me. Every inhale feels like breaking, every exhale feels like shaking. But I'm trying to believe in a life that sets me free. I'm not okay, but I'm still learning how to breathe. Your name still echoes through the walls, a quiet truth that never falls. I try to hold myself together, but some storms last more than well. I patch the pieces where I can, but some cuts bleed through every plan. I tell myself I'll be alright, but healing doesn't come overnight. Each breath is just a small retreat from memories I can't delete. I'm still learning to breathe without your ghost inside of me. Every inhale feels like breaking, every exhale feels like shaking. But maybe someday I'll believe in a life that's meant for me. I'm not okay, but I'm still learning how to breathe. Some nights I swear I'm disappearing into a world that's always tearing. But even when I fall apart, there's still a rhythm in my heart. It's still learning to breathe. I'm still learning to breathe without your ghost inside of me. Every inhale feels like breaking, every exhale feels like shaking. But maybe someday I'll believe in a life that's meant for me. I'm not okay, but I'm still learning how to breathe. Still learning how to breathe. I replay the way you looked at me right before you turned to leave. I held my tongue instead of truth, and now the silence echoes through. I never said the words I meant. I afraid they changed the way it went. But now I see the price I paid for every feeling left unsaid. I kept my heart behind a door, but secrets always hurt us more. And I should have told you sooner how you lit up every room, how losing you would break me long before the aching bloomed. I hid behind my quiet while my heart was sinking through you. I lost you in the silence. I should have told you sooner. I still hear your laughter faintly in the corners of my mind. I didn't know that holding back was how you'd slip out of my life. I learned too late that honesty is the only way a heart can breathe. Now all I have is what I kept, and every truth I still regret. I should have let the moment stay, but fear just pushed the words away. I should have told you sooner. If I could go back to the start, I'd hand you every piece of heart. No whispers left, no walls between, just everything you meant to me. I should have told you sooner how my soul was pulled to yours. Maybe then the ending wouldn't hurt the way it does. I drown in quiet rumors of the love I never proved you. Now all I hear is silence. I should have told you sooner. I should have told you sooner. You were there but drifting slowly, like a shadow losing shape. Your hands were warm but somehow empty. Every touch felt out of place. You spoke my name like remembering something you used to know. I felt your heart retreating quietly in a way you'd never show. I saw the truth behind your eyes, a love already paralyzed. Your heart was gone before your body was. You stayed until you didn't trust the fragile shell of who we were, a dying flame you couldn't stir. Your voice still echoed in the room, but felt like something made of gloom. Your heart was gone before your body was, and I was left with only dust. We talked, but every word was hollow, like speaking to an empty chair. You looked at me like distant memory, a moment fading into air. I held the pieces of affection, trying hard to make them whole, but you had slipped beyond connection long before you lost control. I felt you breaking soft and slow, a quiet leaving I couldn't know. Your heart was gone before your body was. you couldn't speak aloud. You walked away, but not the first. Your heart had left long with the hurts. Your heart was gone before your body was, and that's what shattered us. We didn't break in flames or thunder. There was no fight, no bitter cry. Just empty rooms and softer glances. A quiet shift beneath the sky. Your voice grew faint in every moment, like you were drifting out of reach. I heard the ending long before we ever found the words to speak. Some loves don't shatter, they dissolve in silence. No one can resolve. We fell apart in silence, a slow unspoken violence. No tears to mark the moment when we stopped being us again. We fell apart in quiet, a truth too soft to riot. No final scene, no sharp descent, just all the love we never said. Your hand in mine felt unfamiliar, like holding on to someone new. Your laughter didn't reach your eyes. Your heart was somewhere out of view. I tried to ask what you were feeling, but every answer came out thin. We sank into the empty spaces where love once lived and breathed us in. I felt the distance writing scars where tenderness once filled the stars. We fell apart in silence, We fell apart in silence. Maybe endings aren't dramatic. Maybe they're the quiet static, fading slowly into grays. Everything we were decays. We fell apart in silence, a slow unspoken violence, a soft undoing of our hearts, a drifting further into dark. We fell apart in quiet, no reason left to fight it. The saddest truth we can't defend. We fell apart before the end. Your name doesn't shake my hands like it used to when it rained. I say it out loud, feel nothing, like it's just another sound. I waited for the pain to stay, but leaving that just walked away. I don't feel it anymore. No burning, no ache, no war. Your voice doesn't pull me in. It fades before it can begin. I thought this would hurt for sure, but I don't feel it anymore. Your picture feels like someone else, a life I live but left myself. I read our words like fiction now, not sure who I was talking about. Is this healing or just numb? I can't tell what I've become. I don't feel it anymore. No longing like before. I search for scars, I search for pain, but everything feels strangely plain. If this is freedom, I'm not sure. I don't feel it anymore. I don't feel it. I don't feel I packed my words and walked away, like I was brave, like I was safe. I said I needed space to breathe, but I was just afraid to bleed. I blame the dark, I blame the rain, anything but my own name. I should have stayed, I should have tried, I should have let you see me cry. Every step I took to leave still walks right back to you and me. I tell myself it's not too late, but I should have stayed. Your last text lives in my phone, a question mark I never wrote. I thought I'd heal if I let go, but I just learned what I don't know. If love is honest, then I lied to you, to us, to both our lives. I should have stayed, I should have known. Running doesn't feel like home. Every choice I tried to make still sounds like my mistake. I whisper it into the pain. I should have stayed. I should have stayed. hear your echo in my breath, the quiet ghost of what was left. Your voice still lingers in the walls, a fading song that never falls. I feel you standing in the dark, a shadow carved into my heart. I try to let your memory go, but every silence pulls me close. I keep slipping through the ache, trying not to let me break. I'm drowning in the echo of you, in every sound, in every room. No matter what I try to do, your memory becomes my doom. I'm drowning in the echo of you. Your silhouette in fading light still haunts me through the longest nights. A trembling truth I can't undo, a piece of me still tied to you. I thought that time would help me heal, but missing you still feels too real. And though you're gone, I'm still confined inside the space you left behind. I'm trapped between what's false and true, still learning how to lose you. I'm drowning in the echo of you, in every sound, in every room. No matter what I try to do, your memory becomes my doom. If I could rise above the flood and wash your ghost out of my blood, maybe I'd finally breathe anew. But I'm still drowning under you. I'm drowning in the echo of you. Every moment pulls me through. I try to rise but fall back to a prisoner of what we knew. I'm drowning in the echo of you. Still falling every time I do. I wrote you words I never gave, folded tight so I'd be safe. I kept them hidden in my chest, afraid they'd break the fragile rest. I let the silence fill the space where honesty should have had a place. Now every memory comes undone by everything I left unsung. I spoke in quiet riddles then, you heard the halves, not all of them. You only heard half of what I meant, the softer truths I wouldn't send. I held my heart behind a fence, and now I'm drowning in consequence. You only heard half of what I meant, the rest stayed trapped in my intent. I lost you to the things unspent, half the truth, half the sentiment. replay moments in my mind where I was there but not in kind. I let the fear control the scene instead of showing what I mean. I thought you'd read between the lines, but silence doesn't translate signs. Now I'm left picking up the cost of every version of me you lost. You needed truth, I gave pretend, a fragile way for things to end. You only heard half of what I meant. If I could speak the words again, I'd show you all I kept within. No fragile walls, no hesitant breath, just every truth I misplaced then. You only heard half of what I meant, the part that trembled in defense. I never showed the innocence of all the love I never spent. You only heard half of what I meant, but now the truth is evident. I broke us with my own intent by giving you half of what I meant. Half of what I We used to talk until the dawn. Now every sentence feels withdrawn. Your voice was once my quiet home, but now it leaves me more alone. I trace the pauses that we keep, like cracks beneath the things we speak. It's in the silence that I find the space where you slipped from my mind. I knew we'd change, but never thought we'd lose the truth between our thoughts. It's the quiet between our words, where all the heartbreak first occurred. Every pause became a tear, every silence fed my fear. We spoke but never truly heard the things we needed to preserve. We got lost inside the blur, the quiet between our words. Sound. Now all our meanings fall to ground. I try to speak, but every phrase feels trapped in yesterday's malaise. Your eyes avoid the truth I send. You look at me like I'm the end. We're talking, but it's all pretend. A missing message we can't mend. The distance grew with every pause until we couldn't feel, because it's the quiet between our words. It's the quiet between our words. Maybe the silence wasn't fate, just fear we couldn't navigate. But now the truth is crystal clear. We drifted long before the tears. It's the quiet between our words, where everything began to hurt. All the pauses, all we blurred, echo louder than what occurred. We spoke but never truly heard the truth behind what we inferred. Now I'm haunted by the blur, the quiet between our words. kept the truth behind my breath, afraid to let it surface yet. Your name would tremble on my lips, but fear would tighten in my chest. I loved you more than I could show, in ways I thought you'd somehow know. But all the words I held inside are what pushed you from my side. I thought that whispering was safe, but quiet love just can't be saved. The truth I only whispered still lingers in the air, a fragile echo calling of a love I couldn't share. If I had spoken clearer, would you have stayed or cared? Now I'm haunted by the distance of the truth I only whispered. I saw you reaching for my heart, but I kept standing worlds apart. You waited for a sign from me, but silence drowned the clarity. I told myself you'd understand, but feelings need a voice, not hands. I kept my softness locked away and lost you in the quietest way. I thought you'd hear the things I meant, but whispers can't replace intent. The truth I only whispered. If I could breathe my heart out loud, I'd break these walls that kept me bound. No quiet ghosts, no fragile fears, just every word you long to hear. The truth I only whisper still follows everywhere, a quiet ghost beside me of a love I failed to share. If I could speak it clearer, would you still disappear? Now I'm lost inside the distance of the truth I only whisper. The truth I only whisper. The truth I only whisper. The ceiling knows my every fear. I stare at it until it blurs. Every second feels too loud when the world is quiet now. I close my eyes, but they stay wide, like my mind forgot how to hide. My thoughts won't let me sleep tonight. They circle everything. I tried every word I shouldn't keep, plays on repeat in my head. I lie awake with no relief. My thoughts won't let me sleep. I check my phone without a sound, like answers might be waiting there. I count the cracks, I count my breath, anything to feel less scared. If I could turn my mind off slow, I swear I'd finally let you go. My thoughts won't let me sleep tonight. They bring back moments out of spite. I tell myself I said your name one final time, not out loud, just in my mind. It didn't hurt the way it should, it just felt calm, misunderstood. I stopped waiting for your call, stopped hoping you'd come back at all. I'll be okay without you, not today, but maybe soon. I still feel it when I breathe, but it doesn't break me. I don't need you to stay to prove that I'm okay. Your picture's still inside my phone, but it doesn't feel like home. I thank the love we couldn't save, then gently put it away. If healing means I change inside, then maybe that's not goodbye. I'll be okay without you. I don't need a perfect truth. I carry scars, but I survive. I'm learning how to live my life. I don't need you to stay to prove that I'm okay. I'll be okay. I trace your name on the window glass. Every night feels heavier than the last. Your shadow lingers in the quiet room, and every breath still smells like you. I'm fading into blue. Every memory pulls me back to you. I reach out, but you slip right through. Tell me, did I ever matter to you? Your sweater still hangs on the chair. I swear sometimes I feel you there. The echoes whisper things we never said, and all the tears keep burning red. If I could turn back time, I'd hold you tighter, erase the moments that made us lighter. But time is cruel, and so are you. Now all that's left is shades of blue. I'm fading into blue. Every heartbeat still belongs to you. I reach out, but you slip right through. Tell me, did I ever matter to you? I still feel you in this room, a ghost inside the fading bloom. Your voice drifts softly in the air, as if you're standing near the chair. The clock keeps ticking out of tune, a rhythm shaped like missing you. I breathe but nothing feels the same, since every breath repeats your name. Every quiet hour it pulls me under, as I replay all our endless blunders. Echoes in the half-light, calling me again tonight. Your memory stains these walls, no matter how far it falls. And I still face the truth I knew. I was never enough for you. Silhouette on frosted glass, a moment frozen from our past. The floorboards whisper where you walked, the house remembers how we talked. I chase the ghost of who we were, but every trace just starts to blur. I keep pretending I've moved on, but everything feels wrong. Your silence hits like rolling thunder, still I crave the warmth, I'm torn asunder. Echoes in the half-light, calling me again tonight. Your memory stains these walls, no matter how far it falls. And I still face the truth I knew. I was never enough for you. Echoes in the half-light, pulling me again tonight. I try to run to fall behind, trapped inside this fragile mind. And I still know the painful truth. I was never enough for you, yet I keep holding on to you. I whisper your name just to feel alive, but every echo cuts me like a knife. The space you left still hangs in the air, a fragile lake I'm forced to bear. Your shadow lingers on the floor, like you're still walking through the door. I try to numb the ache inside, but every truth is hard to hide. I hold the threads of who we were, even though they only hurt. The weight of your name pulls me down again. Every time I breathe, you're here, a memory I can't steer. Why does love feel like a The weight of your name pulls me down again. Every time I breathe, you're here, a memory I can't steal. Why does love feel like a flame burning me under your name? If letting go could set me free, why does it feel like losing me? Your memory stitched into my skin, a scar that pulls me back again. The weight of your name pulls me down again. Every moment feels like you, even when you're passing through. I can't escape the burning flame, still falling under your name, still breaking under your name. Rain is falling on the street where our shadows used to meet. I see reflections of your eyes in every drop the night supplies. The neon paints the ground in blue, a quiet glow that once held you. I walk the path we always walk and hear your voice and how we talked. But time erased what we became. Still the rain whispers your name. Where the rain remembers us, I still feel the way we touched. Every drop becomes a trace of the love we can't replace. Even though you walked away, the rain still echoes your name. Streetlights shimmer on the ground like all the dreams we never found. Your laughter drips beside the cars, a fading echo from afar. The city hums a hollow tune, a melody we lost too soon. I try pretending I'm okay, but storms inside me never stray. Even when the skies adjust, from my heart, maybe the storms would fall apart, but every rainfall pulls me back to you, to us, to what we lack. Where the rain remembers us, I still feel the way we touched. Every night and every day, the rain keeps whispering your name. Even when I try to run, the storm reminds me what we become. Where the rain remembers us, I'm still learning how to trust. You spoke like nothing was wrong, but your voice fell far away. I watched the space between your words grow wider every day. I didn't ask you to stay, I just listened instead. There's a quiet between us that didn't used to be here. It says everything softly that I'm not ready to hear. Your hand slipped out of mine like it knew where to go. I stayed still long enough to finally know some distance arrives unnoticed. There's a quiet between us, and it's louder than before. Maybe love doesn't end, it just changes its tone. There's a quiet between us, and I'm learning to let it be. The world outside is loud and cold. Stories that I've never told are stuck inside my throat today. I need to hide, I need to stay. You were my safe space, my quiet room, the only light inside the gloom. But now the walls are falling down and silence is the loudest sound. My safe space is gone. I'm chasing cracks upon the floor, waiting for you at the door. But no one knocks and no one calls, just shadows dancing on the walls. You were my safe space, my quiet room, the only light inside the gloom. But now the walls are falling down and silence is the loudest sound. My safe space I still wake up, reaching sideways, like you might be there again. The morning doesn't answer me, it just starts where you ended. I thought time would rush in and tell me what to feel, but it moves slow and careful, like it knows this is real. This is the space you left. I'm learning how to stand in it, not empty, not destroyed, just quieter than I expected. Your name doesn't hurt like before, it just feels unfinished, like a sentence I stopped writing when I realized I was alone in it. I stopped waiting for a sign and started listening instead. This is the space you left, it still echoes when I breathe. I didn't lose myself completely, but I'm not who I used to be. Maybe letting go isn't closure, maybe it's choosing not to fight. Some love doesn't need an ending, it just needs distance and time. This is the space you left, and I'm finally staying here, not because it doesn't hurt, but because I'm not afraid. I still hear the door close softly, like you were trying not to hurt the air. Your shadow stayed a second longer, as if it wasn't ready to disappear. I didn't stop you, I just froze, like stillness might change your mind. Some goodbyes don't make a sound, they just settle over time. This is me after the last light, learning how the dark behaves. I don't chase what's already leaving, I just let it take its shape. Your name feels different in my mouth now, like a word I don't need to say. I packed away the future versions that never learned how to stay. I thought love would leave a mark, something sharp, need to be forgiven. I just need to keep my heart. This is me after the last light. Still unfinished, still okay. I don't rewrite what we were, I just carry it this way. I stopped waiting for your name. I used to check my phone all night, hoping something felt right. Now the quiet feels the same. I don't chase it, I don't blame. I let it fade, I let it fall. I don't replay it all. I let it fade, I let it go. More than you'll ever Some goodbyes don't need a sound, they just slowly break you down. But I'm learning how to stay, even when the feeling fades. I let it fade, I let it rest. I don't carry what's left. I let it fade, I let it be. It doesn't own me. Time is teaching me what peace can be. I let it fade, I let it go. I'm lighter than I was before. I let it fade, I'm still okay. I let it fade, it fades away. Peace can be. You stood there waiting, like time wasn't moving at all. I felt the truth rise up, then watched it fall. I thought silence might protect us from the shape of goodbye. These are the words I didn't say, they stayed inside too long. I didn't The lights are low, the walls feel wide. I hear your name, then let it slide. I try to sleep, I try to rest, but every thought comes back again. I'm still here tonight, learning how to be okay. I'm still here tonight, even when the pain won't fade. I don't need to run or hide. I'm still here tonight. The clock moves on without a sound. My heart is heavy, settling down. I thought that love would break my soul, but I'm still standing, still in control. I'm still here tonight, breathing in, breathing out. I'm still here tonight, finding peace without a doubt. I don't need to hold the past. I'm still here tonight. I let the silence stay a while. I feel the music stretch the time. I'm still here tonight, stronger than I was before. I'm still here tonight, I don't fall apart anymore. If this is how the healing starts, I'm still here tonight. The night fades slowly. There's a small light in the dark. I've been carrying the weight of words we couldn't say. Some nights hurt more than most, but I'm still standing close. I'm holding on light, not falling apart. I'm holding on light with an open heart. I don't need to win this fight. I'm holding on light. Every step is slow but real. I feel what I can feel. I don't rush the healing time. I let it take its life. I'm holding on light, even when it's hard. I'm holding on light, right where I am. I don't need all the answers now, just enough stays home. We sat across from each other, like strangers learning names. Every word stayed behind my teeth, afraid it wouldn't land the same. I traced circles on the table while you stared at the door. Silence felt safer than asking for more. We almost spoke, but fear was faster. Almost honest, but nothing after. I held my breath, you held your coat. That's how we lost it. We almost spoke. Your coffee went untouched, like the plans we never made. I memorized the moment just in case it was our last page. Your eyes said don't start, mine said please stay. Two people choosing quiet over what we couldn't say. We almost spoke, but fear was faster. Almost honest, but nothing after. I held my breath, you held your coat. That's how we lost it. We almost spoke. Some truths don't need shouting, they disappear when ignored. I wonder who we'd be now if one of us was braver before. We almost spoke, and now it's over. A sentence unfinished between closure. We almost spoke. We almost spoke. The street is quiet outside my window. The lights are off, the air feels thin. I hear my thoughts start closing in. I told myself I'd be okay, but late nights never feel that way. It's late night again, and I'm talking to myself. It's late night again, trying hard again. The clock keeps moving on its own. I'm learning how to be alone. I breathe in slow, I breathe out pain. I make it through another way. It's late night again, but I'm standing where I am. It's late night again, still holding on with open hands. I don't fight the dark tonight, I let it pass me by. It's late night again, but I know I'll be alright. It's late night again, and I'm still here tonight. The night moves slowly. The night moves slowly. Don't say it now. You had your silence, you had your chance. You let the moment slip from your hands. You watched me break, you stay quiet. Now you want to try and fix it. Apologies don't rewind what you left behind. Don't say sorry, it's too late. You crossed the line, you sealed the fate. Don't say sorry, just let it be. Your regret isn't for me. You only miss me, now I'm gone. Now that moving on feels wrong. But where were you when I was low, when I needed you to show? I won't accept the words you say when love already walked away. Don't say sorry, it's too late. You crossed the line, you sealed the fate. Don't say sorry, just let it be. Your regret isn't for me. Forgiveness isn't always return. Sometimes you lose what you burn. Don't say sorry, it's too late. You crossed the line, you sealed the fate. Don't say sorry, just let it be. Your regret isn't for me. Don't say it now. I wasn't dust. I showed up steady, I showed up true. I gave my best to you, but you kept looking for something new, like what you had was never enough for you. You lost something real, something rare, someone who stayed when no one cared. You lost something real, and now you know not every love comes back to grow. I watched you hesitate, I watched you drift. I felt the weight of every shift. You thought I'd wait, you thought I'd stay, but love doesn't work that way. I wasn't perfect, but I was true, and that's more than you ever knew. You lost something real, something rare, someone who stayed when no one cared. You lost something real, and now you know not every love comes back to grow. You remember me in quiet rooms when easy love ends too soon. You lost something real, something rare, someone who stayed when no one cared. You lost something real, and now you know not every love comes back to grow. You didn't see it then, now you do. You expected tears. You thought I'd fall to my knees, beg you back, say please, but I stood still, I stayed calm, even when it felt wrong. Respect is louder than desperation. I didn't beg, I didn't plead, I let you walk and let you leave. I didn't beg for you to stay. If love needs begging, walk away. You waited for a dramatic scene, for broken cries and in between, but I chose silence over pride and let the truth decide. If you don't choose me freely, then don't choose me. I didn't beg, I didn't plead, I let you walk and let you leave. I didn't beg for you to stay. If love needs begging, walk away. Dignity over fear, that's why I'm still here. I didn't beg, I didn't plead, I let you walk and let you leave. I let you walk, I let you leave for you I tried everything. Changed the way I spoke, changed the way I dressed. Learned your favorite songs, gave you my best. I bent my boundaries, made myself small, just to be someone you might call. But every time it felt the same, I was losing in your game. Still not enough, still not the one. No matter what I've done, still not enough to make you stay. So I finally walked away. You said I was perfect, but not for you. Funny how that can feel so cruel. I lost myself trying to fit into a love that never fit. I gave you pieces of who I was, and it still wasn't enough. Still not enough, still not the one. No matter what I've done, still not enough to make you stay. So I finally walked away. Now I see clearly it wasn't me. You were searching for what couldn't be. Still not enough, still not the one. No matter what I've done, still not enough to make you stay. So I finally walked away. I tried everything, still not enough. I thought you were forever. You came like summer, warm and bright. Stayed just long enough to feel right. I built my future around your name, but seasons change, and so did you. I see it clearly, looking back. You were never built to last. You were temporary, a lesson in disguise. You felt like forever, but that was just my eyes. You were temporary, and now I know not every love is meant to grow. I blame myself for what you lacked. Try to fix what you held back. But some people are passing through, not meant to stay or choose you. You were a chapter, not the end, not the love I'd recommend. You were temporary, a lesson in disguise. You felt like forever, but that was just my eyes. You were temporary, and now I know not every love is meant to grow. I thought you wrote to regret. We both feel it. You say we're fine, but you don't look the way you used to when I look. Your words are careful to rehearse, like loving me feels forced. And something's broken, say it loud, don't hide it now. Stop pretending now. We both know this isn't love, it's just for show. Stop pretending now, don't drag it out. If you're leaving, say it now. We sleep inches apart in the same bed. Too many thoughts left unsaid. I'm tired of acting like we're okay when we both feel the fade. Don't give me comfort, you don't mean be honest with me. Stop pretending now. We both know this isn't love, it's just for show. Stop pretending now, don't drag it out. If you're leaving, say it now. I'd rather hurt than live a lie. I'd rather truth than slow goodbye. I'd rather hurt than live a lie. I'd rather truth than slow goodbye. Stop pretending now. We both know this isn't love, it's just for show. Stop pretending now, don't drag it out. If you're leaving, say it now. We both feel it. We both feel it. Stop pretending. I see it clearly now. You got used to my loyalty, got used to my care. Like I would always be right there. You stopped appreciating the little things I do. You thought my love was guaranteed for you, but hearts aren't permanent when they're ignored. And effort matters more than words. You didn't value me till I walked away. You didn't see my worth till I wouldn't stay. You didn't value me, now it's too late. Respect is something you can't recreate. I made it easy to feel secure. You took that comfort as something sure. But love needs tending, it needs care. Not just someone always there. You thought I'd stay no matter what, but even loyalty has its cut. You didn't value me till I walked away. You didn't see my worth till I wouldn't stay. You didn't value me, now it's too late. Respect is something you can't recreate. I'm not angry, I'm just aware of what I gave and what wasn't there. You didn't value thought I'd lose. You walked away with all your pride, like leaving me was justified. You thought I'd crumble, you thought I'd break, like I had nothing left to take. But I found strength you never knew, and I outgrew you. I won anyway, even when you left, even when you gave me less. I won anyway, I found my peace. You lost my love, I gained release. You measured love by what you got, ignored the things I gave a lot. Now you're watching from afar, seeing who I really are. You lost the best you ever had, and that's the part that makes you mad. I won anyway, even when you left, even when you gave me less. I won anyway, I found my peace. You lost my love, I gained release. You thought the story ended there, but I rebuilt without despair. I won anyway, even when you left, even when you gave me less. I won anyway, I found my peace. You lost my love, I gained release. You thought I won anyway. You didn't see it then. I gave you honesty, I gave you truth, I gave you something you can't reproduce. I stood beside you through the doubt, but you kept looking for a way out. Now you're calling late at night, but you lost that right. You missed out on something rare, on someone who was always there. You missed out, now you see you don't get that version of me. didn't see it then. You saw my tears, you called it soft. You thought my heart would break too often, but feeling deeply isn't flawed, it's strength you never saw. I bend, but I don't break. There's power in the pain I take. I'm not you confuse kindness with surrender, but I grew wiser, not more tender. I stood my ground when it was hard. It's stronger than playing a part. I don't need to raise my voice. Strength is in the choice. I'm not didn't have to hurt. We could have ended with respect, with honesty, without regret. But you chose lies, you chose pride, you let the truth slide aside. It wasn't love that caused the pain, it was the way you played the game. Trust I gave to you, you made it hurt with every lie, with every silent goodbye. I would have understood if you were real, if you had told me how you feel, but I've choose cut deeper than fights, and silence sleeps at night. Easy to do. You made it hurt more than it had to. You broke the trust I gave to you. You made it hurt with every lie, with every silent goodbye. It didn't have to. hurt, but you made it. We didn't scream, we didn't fight, we just disappeared one quiet night. No shattered glass, no slammed doors, just empty space between what was ours. Your side of the bed, cold but clean, like nothing heavy had ever been. It's strange how something can fade away without a single word to say. Love left no trace, no scars to show, just subtle cracks nobody knows. Love left no trace, no loud goodbye, just fading warmth and drying eyes. We kept it gentle, we kept it calm, but silence can still cause harm. I look at photos and feel nothing that might be worse than feeling something. No villain here, no one to blame, just two hearts that lost their flame. Love left no trace, no scars to show, just subtle cracks nobody knows. Love left no trace, no loud goodbye, just fading warmth and dry eyes. Maybe that's harder than breaking apart. When love leaves softly, it still leaves a mark. Love left no trace, no scars to show, just subtle cracks nobody knows. Love left no trace, no loud goodbye, just fading warmth and drying eyes. We didn't scream, we didn't fight, we just disappeared one quiet night. You don't get to choose me now. You kept me waiting on the side, like I was somewhere you could hide. You called it timing, called it space, but I was never your first place. I won't be your in-between or your almost or maybe. I'm not your option, not your spare, not someone you call when no one's there. I'm not your option, not your backup plan. If you couldn't choose me, you never can. You thought I'd settle for half a heart, for broken pieces from the start. But I deserve a love that's clear, not something that disappears. You don't get to circle back when I'm done, that's that. I'm not your option, not your spare, not someone you call when no one's there. I'm not your option, not your backup plan. If you couldn't choose me, you never can. there, not someone you call when no one's there. I'm not your option, not your backup plan. If you couldn't choose me, you never can. You don't get to choose me now. We used to talk until sunrise, plans written in open skies. You held my hand like it was fate, like nothing real could separate. But seasons move and people change. What felt so certain rearranged. I try to hold it, try to explain, but love was shifting in the rain. Nothing stayed the same. Not you, not me, not who we thought we'd always be. Nothing stayed the same. Time rearranged. Love that felt certain slowly changed. I stopped shrinking to fit your frame. Stop playing the quiet game. I found my voice in broken air, found my strength in not being there. It hurt to lose you, it hurt to grow, but sometimes leaving is how we know. Nothing stayed the same. Not you, not me, not who we thought we'd always be. Nothing stayed the same. Time rearranged. Love that felt certain slowly changed. If I see you down the line, I'll smile softly and be fine. Nothing stayed the same. Not you, not me, not who we thought we'd always be. Nothing stayed the same. Time rearranged. Love that felt certain slowly changed. We used to talk until sunrise. Now we're just two separate skies. I was there through every doubt, through every fear. I stayed beside you year by year. When I needed you to stand up strong, you disappeared and moved along. It wasn't loud, it wasn't clear. You just weren't here. You didn't show up when it mattered most. You left me standing with a ghost. You didn't show up when I needed truth. That's when I lost all faith in you. I made excuses for your space, ignored the signs upon your face, but absence speaks louder than words, and I felt every moment it hurt. Love requires more than talk, it needs you there. show up when it mattered most. You left me standing with a ghost. You didn't show up when I needed truth. That's when I lost all faith in you. I won't forget that empty chair when I turned around and you weren't there. You didn't show up when it mattered most. You left me standing with a ghost. You didn't show up when I needed truth. That's when I lost all faith in you. I was there. You weren't. City lights are bleeding blue through my window frame. I didn't think I'd miss you, but I still say your name. Neon on the pavement, rain against the glass. Every quiet second feels like the past. Your jacket on my shoulders, even though it's warm. I guess I miss the chaos more than the storm. I don't want forever, I don't want the fight. I just want the honesty of this lonely night. Sadness suits me tonight, like velvet in the dark, like every broken promise left a perfect mark. Sadness suits me tonight, soft against my skin. If loving you was reckless, I'd do it all again. Music low and distant, footsteps down the street. Loneliness feels honest in the spaces we don't meet. Your voice still like smoke in the air. I reach out beside me, but you're not there. Maybe I'm dramatic, maybe I'm just right. Maybe heartbreak looks better under city lights. Sadness suits me tonight, like velvet in the dark, like every broken promise left a perfect mark. Sadness suits me tonight, soft against my skin. If loving you was reckless, I'd do it all again. Tomorrow I'll be stronger. Tomorrow I'll pretend, but tonight I let it linger. Let the silence bend. Sadness suits me tonight, like velvet in the dark, like every broken promise left a perfect mark. Sadness suits me tonight, soft against City lights are fading slow, but I'm still here inside. Sadness suits me tonight, and I won't hide. Everything moves slower the night you turned away. Your hand slipped from mine like it was tired of holding. Your eyes wouldn't meet mine like the truth was unfolding. The clock kept ticking, but I felt suspended, like love didn't crash, it just gently ended. No screaming, no scene, just distance growing in between. It was slow motion heartbreak, falling frame by frame, watching something beautiful lose its shape. Slow motion heartbreak, nothing loud or wild, just two people fading denial. We still said goodnight, like everything was fine, but your voice sounded distant every single time. I tried to hold tighter, you loosened your grip. Love didn't shatter, it quietly slipped. I saw it coming, but I stayed anyway, hoping something broken might somehow stay. It was slow motion heartbreak, falling frame by frame, watching something beautiful lose its shape. Slow motion heartbreak, nothing loud or wild, just two people fading denial. Everything moves slower the night you turned away. Was it worth it? You traded truth for ego games. You risked a love you couldn't name. You chased attention, you chased pride, and left something real behind. Now you're standing with empty hands. You lost everything when you lost me. You gave up loyalty for temporary. You lost everything that mattered most. Now you're alone with what you chose. I wasn't perfect, but I was true. I stood beside only you. But truth is heavy for fragile hearts, and everything. The house sounded different. Even the fridge hummed too loud, like silence was allowed. Your keys aren't hanging by the door, but I still glance at the floor. Every corner feels misplaced. Every memory has your face. After you left, time moves strange. Nothing looks the same. After you left, the air felt thin, like I forgot how to begin. Your side of the mirror still shows too, even though there's only you. I sleep on the edge of the bed, like you might come back instead. I hear your voice in empty rooms. Love still lingers like perfume. After you left, time moves strange. Nothing looks the same. After you left, the air felt thin, like I forgot how to begin. But morning keeps coming, and so does truth. Some people stay, some people move. After you left, time moves strange. Nothing looks the same. After you left, the air felt thin, like I forgot how to begin. The house sounded different after you left. Don't come back now. You made your choice, you drew that line. You said goodbye like I'd be fine. Now you show up with tears in hand, like I should understand. Where was that when I was breaking? Where were you when I was shaking? Cry somewhere else, not on my shoulder. You lost that place when you got colder. Cry somewhere else, I'm not your home. You made sure I'd stand alone. You thought I'd wait with open arms after you caused all this harm. But I rebuilt piece by piece, found my power, found my peace. You don't get to rewrite this, you don't get to have my kiss. Cry somewhere else, not on my shoulder. and growth. Outgrew you. Cry somewhere else, not on my shoulder. My blue light got colder. I cry somewhere else. I'm not sure. You make sure I stand alone. Don't come back now. Cry somewhere else. I plan my days around you, without you ever asking me to. I learned your moods by heart. You never learned mine too. I kept the feeling moving, even when you stood still. I called it understanding, but it felt like will. I know you on my own, without you right beside me. I carried every feeling you never tried to see. I loved you on my own, and that's the truth. Love needs two directions, I only had one view. You showed up when it suited, left before it got real. I held space for your silence, you never held how I feel. I waited for your effort like it was running late, but love doesn't arrive when it hesitates. I loved you on my own, while you stayed unsure. I kept calling it love, but it wasn't mutual. I loved you on my own, now I finally know. Connection needs response, not echo. I don't want one-sided love, I want shared ground. I loved you on my own, and I let that in. I won't build a future, only I defend. I loved you on my own. I release what never reached back to me. I thought I would feel it coming, like a crack or a warning sign, but everything stayed quiet, even my mind. We moved through the same routines, like nothing had changed, but the absence of feeling was already strange. I kept waiting for the pain to finally arrive, but numbness stayed steady, and that surprised me. Oh, I felt nothing before it ended. No tears, no fight, just a calm I didn't recognize. That night I felt nothing before it ended, and that was the truth. Love doesn't always break you, sometimes it just leaves you used to worry about losing you. Now I couldn't find the fear, even if I tried to. I watch myself let go without a sound, like my heart knew the ending before my mouth. I don't know when it faded or how it became so quiet inside me when you said my name. I felt nothing before it ended, and now I see that emptiness was the answer you gave to me. I felt nothing before it ended, no blame to defend. Some things were already over before they end. I was already gone. I used to fear the silence, like it meant something was wrong. Now it feels like open space where I can finally belong. I don't check my phone at night, don't wonder where you are. Peace doesn't need a witness or a scar. I thought being alone meant I was losing the fight, but loneliness hurts less than feeling unseen every night. I light the room softly, let the shadows fall. Nothing here is empty, it's just calm. I choose the quiet now over words that don't stay, over almost and maybes that fade away. I choose the quiet now, it doesn't ask for more. It lets me rest inside myself without keeping score. Maybe love will find me when it's honest and slow. Until then I'm learning how to be whole. I choose the quiet now. I stay. I used to replay every moment, looking for what I lost. But the closer I looked at us, is who I thought you were, more than who you showed. I mistook attention for effort and silence for peace. I filled the gaps with hope so I wouldn't have to leave. Now I see the pattern clearly, how my needs stay small. I didn't lose something real, I didn't miss what wasn't real, I just missed the dream. I held on to what I imagined, not what you gave to me. I didn't miss what wasn't real, it only felt that way. When the truth finally showed up, the ache went away. I stopped calling it heartbreak, it was relief. I didn't miss you. I used to fill the silence with reasons and excuses. Every empty minute felt like something I had to lose. I stayed busy on purpose so I wouldn't feel the night. I kept noise around my heart to avoid what was inside. I call loneliness a problem, something I should outrun, but it followed me quietly until I stopped to look at it. I noticed it wasn't cruel, just honest and still. It didn't ask me to change or bend my will. I sat down with the empty, let it breathe beside me. It didn't judge my timing or ask where I'd been. I realized the fear was louder than the truth. The quiet wasn't breaking me, I was already through. I learned to sit with the empty, and it didn't destroy me. It just showed me space where I could finally be. I learned to sit with the empty without calling it wrong. Some hearts don't need filling to be strong. used to measure every moment by whom I walk through the door. I kept space in my life for someone who never came before. I said maybe tomorrow, like it was something I controlled. But tomorrow kept passing and I stayed still. I stopped waiting to be chosen, stopped hoping you would see. I was standing in plain sight, you just never looked at me. I stopped waiting to be chosen, like love was a prize to win. If I have to disappear, I don't want it. I blame timing, blame myself, blame things I couldn't change. I called patience love when it was just pain. I watched you choose so easily without doubt or fear. That's when I understood why I was still here. I don't need permission to move on. I stopped waiting to be chosen, stop standing in between. I won't stay where I'm optional or barely seen. I stopped waiting to be chosen, I finally chose myself. I don't need to be wanted at the cost of my health. I kept showing up early, you kept running behind. I read between your answers, looking for a sign. I made room for your silence, called it being kind. I stay longer than I should, just to feel aligned. I told myself patience was proof I cared, but effort shouldn't feel this unfair. I loved you more than you tried. Like that excuse to space between what you promised and what you gave. I learned how to soften every need I had. exchange from words alone. Love doesn't grow left on its own. I loved you more than you tried. With hope. You called when the room felt empty, when the night got long. I was close enough to answer, but never where you belonged. You didn't ask how I was holding up, just if I was around. I kept mistaking access for being allowed. I fit into the pauses between your plans and doubts. I showed up without questions when everyone else was out. You liked how easy I made it, how I never complained. Confused being needed with being chosen. I watched you disappear when things felt real, then come back softer when you needed to feel. I learned the pattern slowly, how I was used, I wasn't part of your life. I was a tool. Convenient to you, never essential. I felt the silence when love felt stressful. I was convenient to you. I finally see if love only shows up when it's easy. It's not love to me. You didn't hesitate, didn't look back twice, like what we had was temporary in your life. I noticed how quickly you filled the space. I was still learning how to breathe in it. I was easy to replace, like I barely stayed, like love doesn't leave a mark when it walks away. I was easy to replace, and that hurt to see, not because you left, but how fast Oh, it's easy to replace, and now I know love that disappears quickly was never built to grow. I was easy to replace. I let it be. I won't measure my value by someone leaving me. A slow pulse, like a heart relearning its rhythm. I replayed every moment, looking for where I went wrong. Lowering my voice, my needs, my shape, just to keep you alone. I apologize for feelings you never tried to hold. I learned how to make myself smaller so you'd stay comfortable. But love isn't fragile when it's real. It doesn't break when you feel. I was never asking for too much, I was just asking the wrong one. Wanting honesty, wanting effort, wanting to be someone's chosen one. I was never asking for too much, I see it clearly now. If love feels heavy all the time, it's not love weighing you down. I confused compromise with disappearing inside. I called it understanding when I was just denied. I watched myself fade quietly to protect what we had. But love that needs you silent was never built to last. I don't need to earn what should be free. If it costs my worth, it's not for me. I was never asking for too much, I was asking the wrong place. For someone to show up fully, not just leave a trace. I was never asking for too much, I finally understand. Love shouldn't feel like begging with your heart in your hands. I won't edit myself smaller to fit into fear. The right love won't flinch when I'm clear. Just something honest and whole. If someone can't meet me there, I'd rather walk alone. I was never asking for too much, I say it without a doubt. I didn't lose love, I found myself now. Steadies, I stay. I felt it in the pauses between the things you said, like you were always somewhere else, even when you were in my bed. You talked about the future, but never used my name. I inside the question you avoided every day. I was never your first choice, just the one who stayed. I filled the space between your doubts while you looked the other way. I was never your first choice. I finally admit love shouldn't feel like waiting to be picked. I blame myself for wanting more than what you gave. I told my heart to quiet down, to keep you safe. I noticed how you hesitated whenever I got close. I was holding on to effort, you were holding on to options. I was holding on to options. I was never your first choice. I see it clearly now. You didn't fail to love me, you just never knew how. I was never your first choice, and that's okay. I won't compete for something that won't stay. I don't wanna be convenient. I wanna be chosen. I was never your first choice, but I chose myself. I walked away with my heart intact and nothing else. I was never your first choice. I won't pretend. Some love stories end quietly like this one did. From a distance we made sense, side by side, perfectly timed. People said we looked happy, I let that decide my mind. I ignored the pauses in your voice, the way your eyes would drip. I trusted what it looked like more than how it felt. It looked like love from far away, like something I could keep. But every step I took toward you fell short beneath my feet. It looked like love from far away, but never up close. The closer that I got to you, the more I felt alone. You were gentle when it mattered to everyone but me. You saved your best intentions for who you wanted to be seen. I stayed because the picture was easier than the truth. I believed the shape of us meant something real was there too. I kept adjusting my expectations so I would lose you. It looked like love from far away, but love doesn't hide. It doesn't need a safe distance to can reach me where I stand. It's not for me.